Hey. Hey, thanks for watching the video or clicking, whatever. This is a intuitive look on how I feel, where I say the most inflammatory things that I think are true and without proof. So if you want to watch, please keep watching. People mostly say that, mostly I would say the homunculus and the Caucasian have the alien abductions and the alien dreams the most, and it's because they're highly susceptible. When the Greys were here, when they first interdimensionally crash landed here, right, with their spaceship or whatever, and again, that could have been a hoax as well, but basically it's just the U.S. government making portals and portaling things over here. Now they might have just portaled the Greys over here and then staged Roswell. You see what I'm saying? To make it seem like it was a space crash. And that's probably highly likely. They were just trying to get interdimensional beings over here so that they can trade basically a safe haven for their tech. And their tech had to deal with energy weapons, energy manipulation, energy blasting, telekinesis, all of that shit. And these interdimensional beings, especially the Greys, they would take the white, you Caucasians, they would take you because they can only live in a homunculus body or they can only live in a white or homunculus body. Now the Greys I think they're extincting because they're just not compatible with anything. They're too dilapidated. In their home dome. Their domicile, not our home dome, but their home dome, their domicile, and their interdimensional land and their procession of the equinox, theirs, it was dying, and they were killing it. That's why they were inconducive to their planet, and that's why it was falling, and that's why the U.S. government gave them a deal, and they came over here. Do you get it? Then when the U.S. government came over here, they had already been demon portaling. For a long time. And sending shit over here from interdimensional spaces. And you might think like, I don't get, just shut the fuck up and listen, okay? So I'm going to say, I'll just speak on my experience. I've only had, usually, like I said, Native Indigenous people don't really have interactions with interdimensional beings, basically demons. And they are demons because they come from dilapidating worlds without suns or something like this. They're drifting through space. And they, like I said, they feel like, hey, they need a place to stay. Their whole race is going to essentially go extinct. So they bring them over here. They give them the homunculus body. That's something compatible because it's a spirit. But we say it Nephilim. We call them Nephilim because they are in the descent stage, the de-evolution stage of their existence. They're not on an upswing of their procession of the equinox. So the U.S. government made deals with them, and I've had one that I can say. I've had one major fucking experience with these interdimensional beings, and it involved Pleiadians and an FBI agent. And he basically, what they would do is they train these CIA agents and FBI or whoever, Nazis, whoever, okay, to astral project. They try to find, first of all, they have technology now to scan for energy. The U.S. government does, to scan. And what is energy? Energy can be used for anything. You can turn elections with energy. Do you understand what I'm saying? So do you get it what I'm saying? Trump. So, my experience with them, and it's so fucking real. And I started understanding what they were doing is basically I'm kind of a loner. That doesn't help anything, but basically the FBI or whoever the astral projector is needs to share a common space with you or the person who they want to astral project to, so that they can astral project to you in your common space where you share a space. Do you understand? So like if you're in a grocery store, they will send an agent to a grocery store to meet up with you and kind of finagle you, like try to get to date you, whatever they can to get in your energy, to get in your tortal field. And as soon as they get in your energy and your total field and they have that kind of like connection, that cord, they're able to astral to project to you and share that common space. And what that common space does, that astral projector can bring the alien or the fucking demon, okay, the Nephilim that is hosting in a fucking homunculus body, bring it into the dream space with you and then siphon you for your energy. And you know who they do this the most to? I really think children in their dreams. They really do. And they tell themselves, oh, they're not going to remember it when they wake up. I remembered. The Pleiadians, there were 4 of them, and some fucking white guy, okay, sprawled out on the bed, trying to rape me, and I got away. And then they followed me into my astral, like home, like my astral protected zone that they couldn't get in, which is something that is just something sacred. They just couldn't get in unless I said you're welcome in, and they would never be welcome. Do you see what I'm saying? And the astral, your home, like if you astral project and you go home to your house, those demons, the interdimensional being, they can't get into your house. You know it's a demon if you can't get into your fucking house. What they have to do is they use all types of techniques. So there's the astral projector who brings you to the rapists who siphon your energy, and then there's the visioner, like the person who sees the person as they're sleeping, if that makes sense. It's like, so if you have a phone, you can be being watched, you can be being whatever it is. There's a camera in your house, whatever it is. As then they bring that, like I said, they bring that demon to the common space so that they can siphon off of you. And usually they look at you as batteries, and usually they do it to children because it's the easiest target. So you'll have these astral projectors they're probably teachers. A lot of the fucking teachers, a lot of the fucking, any way they can get near kids, the priests, I don't know. Like, I know that it's in the government though, and they're infiltrated. I wouldn't be surprised if I would say 65% of the fucking government, as far as like high positions, CIA, FBI, the presidential cabinets, all of that shit, they're all fucking demons, bro. They're all fucking Nephilim. They're all Nephilim. All of them. That's why nothing is changing and they need all their money. They're siphoning from you. It's not very hard to live homogeneously and just live off the land and like be happy with all this fucking wealth and abundance that is on the land. Why the fuck are we all what's going on? What is the issue here? You fuck all that. Fuck war. Fuck this. Fuck that. Like, what is the problem? It doesn't take a lot of money to fucking live. And the fact that it's like, like this is kind of like ridiculous. It's Nephilim in your cabinets. It's in your governments. And it's especially in the CIA. Especially. I wouldn't be surprised if like 90% of the CIA is fucking, maybe not 90% because they need to keep a 50-50. But no, it is 90% because even the Caucasians are infested with these demons. They have less melanin. And then melanin acts as the sheath, and all you have to do is fracture the brain enough to call a cognitive dissonance, or even just like just a split, or a fracture, or paranoia, or just high anxiety. And a demon can infest that person. Or at least it can get into their dream space and siphon energy. So that's why there's all this anxiousness. They want to push like the end of the world and da-da-da-da, and da-da-da-da. They're keeping up the fear so that they can draw energy. They can fracture people's minds and they can seep into the total fields of people using 5G, all that shit. It's all a part of it. And the CIA is especially involved in this bullshit because they are the ones creating psyops to enlist fear. They employ gang stalking. They put contracts out on people to be harassed, to invoke the fear. So, and then they use instruments. They come up with instruments and they use them against their own constituents in their country, in this country, in every country where there's a CIA. This is going on in every single fucking country. Okay? That's how corrupt these motherfuckers are and how far it's gotten. And you know that it is. Look at everywhere around the world. Every government is acting the same. Da 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 da. It looks like it's all normal or da 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 da. It looks like as if it's normal, but it's all a show. It's an act. They're all actors, all of them. They are all actors, and they have to put on an act to siphon your energy. I said this before in a previous recording, is that the person, the homunculus who came up with theosophy, this is such a weird word to say, theosophy. Basically, there was going to be, I'll give you an example. There was two adopters of an Indian boy who they were going to groom to be basically a messiah and take the place of, I'm assuming, something that they assumed was going to be coming. And they groomed this boy to have these experiences and da 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 da. And one day, when he was like in his mid-20s to 30s, he just left, denouncing all his affiliations with these people. And it's because he found something out and he saw something. He probably saw something in a dream. He was saying he was having vivid dreams, and he probably saw something in a fucking dream about his adopted parents who were grooming him. And it's really hard when you're in a dysfunctional situation, when these people that are siphoning from you, but it's weird because their kindness is the gaslight. It's like they're so kind that it's like it's throwing you off. Like, no way, I'm having this dream last night that they held me down and they, siphoned me. And it's like in the morning they're like, hey, how's it going? How are you doing? It's very sick. They even adopt children to do this shit. And the US government allows them to do it.